Exactly, thank you. There's nothing that quite fuels conversation like gas prices, especially when they go up by a lot and all at once. Well, tonight we continue our exclusive 7-month-long investigation of gasoline prices in Lafayette and around the viewing area.
Last night we revealed the cheapest and most expensive stations that we tracked and showed that, contrary to what you may think, the average difference between stations is usually a few pennies. In
Part 2 tonight, News 18's Dan Klein reveals the other surprising find of our study. Lafayette gas prices are the most volatile of the entire area.
It's a pattern that seems unbreakable. Drop a couple cents here, drop a couple cents there, drop, drop, bang, an increase of 30 cents, usually right when you need gas the most.
Just everybody looking at the market and the playing chicken and who's got to raise first.
In a 7-month-long News 18 investigation, prices jumped 21 times at all Lafayette and West Lafayette stations we tracked, an average of every 10 days. While some other places come close, no other city spikes as frequently. Lebanon, Monticello, and Rensselaer each had 15 or fewer increases in the same time period, an average of more than 2 weeks per jump.
There's no rhyme or reason for it other than getting back to supply and demand.
Nobody's paid to hold inventory.
For Greater Lafayette drivers who aren't careful, there's more bad news. 9 of 10 stations we tracked saw average spikes of more than 28 cents, with the West Lafayette Admiral the highest at 36.2 cents per increase. It was the exact opposite at the other 10 stations, where only 1 station saw a spike that high, and 6 stations averaged less than 20 cents per jump, including the Rensselaer Family Express at just 11.8 cents. The reason, once again, is likely competition.
Where you have the most volatility, you also have a lot of below-cost selling. Because the only reason why marketers go up those big jumps is because they were selling below cost.
In other words, stations are losing pennies for every gallon pumped by drivers, all in an effort to keep volume up and traffic flowing into the convenience store. Because often, while drivers keep watching prices drop bit by bit, gas station owners are watching wholesale prices rise.
We do what we have to do.
If they feel you're consistently high, they will not frequent your store. And once you've kind of lost the customer from that regard, it's hard to get them back.
While the common complaint when stations have a big jump is price gouging, by law that's impossible unless the governor declares a state of emergency. And even then, it's only gouging if the increase cannot be explained by other market factors, like a refinery outage or an increase in the price of crude oil, factors that are monitored daily by the Attorney General's office.
When we have a major event, or when we have a major energy event, that is when we want to have all on duty. We're going to be monitoring these prices on a moment-by-moment basis.
The other common complaint is collusion, especially on a day like December 27th or February 22nd, when all stations seem to jump at once.
But that's not collusion?
That's not collusion if they see it on the street.
Okay.
If you see it by the sign, that's not collusion.
It's not that they're at this exorbitant high level. They're at a level they probably should have been at all along, but the competitive marketplace prevented them from raising prices as they took price increases on wholesale deliveries.
In other words, Lafayette's volatility is a good thing for drivers as long as you can time it out right and fill up before prices jump. The numbers bear it out. Through 7 months, almost half the time, 47%, 1 or more Lafayette area stations had the lowest price of the 20 stations we tracked. That Admiral station with the largest average spike also came in as the Lafayette area station with the most days of having the lowest price, tied with the Super Test on Sagamore Parkway and State Road 38. But it matters where you stop because more than 1/3 of the time, 38%, 1 or more stations in the Greater Lafayette area had the highest price in the entire region, sometimes on the same day as another station in the city had the region's best price.
Consumers are so close to this commodity, they feel that volatility unlike any other product that they're going to be purchasing.
And that volatility they're seeing at the pump is the same volatility we're dealing with when we buy it.
So, buyer beware. Volatility means cheap prices can be found at times, but with average increases of 30 cents and some as high as 48 cents, if you're a day late, you'll be much more than $1 short. Now, tomorrow night, we're going to help you try to put some of that cash back into your wallet. We're going to give you the best tips from the expert to save money on fuel, reveal if there's a best day to buy gas, plus forecast pump prices for the summer. Right now on WLFI.com, we have much more information, including which cities were most likely to have the highest or lowest price during any given day. Plus, you can watch and review the results from Part 1 as we try to solve the pump puzzle. Dan Klein, News 18.